what's going on, guys? It's Chris, and today we are going to do another review on a part I installed yesterday in my car. So, as you guys know, I've had pulleys, underdrive pulleys, and I finally put them in. I've had them for like a month and a half. Look out of the driveway. My douchebag neighbor hates my fucking car because it's so loud. But I finally put in my underdrive pulleys, and I didn't really get a chance to drive the car yesterday because if any of you guys live in New York, yesterday was a terrible day. There was a lot of rain yesterday. It was super shitty outside until like 5, 6 o'clock. But today is really our first take in the underdrive pulleys. So I purchased SR Performance underdrive pulleys from American Muscle, and pretty much I was going to talk about how hard it was really to install, does it really make a difference, and how much it costs. So I was lucky enough to get the pulleys for a decent price on AmericanMuscle.com. I got them for $99.99, I think. It's a piggyback system. Basically, you take the balancer and you put the other one on, you connect it. So it's not like I get a new harmonic or anything. I don't get a new balancer, crankshaft, pulley, nothing. I pretty much just mesh them together. I bolt them together. So what you really should know, first we'll talk about the install. The install really was pretty self-explanatory until you had to get to the pulley puller and the install kit. So I was lucky enough for my dad's shop to have the pulley puller kit and the installer, so I didn't have to go out and personally buy that, which a lot of people did just to put the pulleys on. Lucky enough I didn't have to, so I didn't. So I put the pulleys on. The water pump pulley was super easy to put on. The alternator pulley was super easy to put on. The only part that was hard was the balancer pulley, and that is a gorgeous, holy shit. That is fucking gorgeous. Anyway, from a side note, all the pulleys were easy besides the balancer pulley. So I put the balancer pulley, I finally took the balancer pulley off with the pulley puller. Never knew how to use that. Couldn't grasp the concept of how to use it, but I finally did. One of my dad's employees helped me out and showed me, how to actually use it and what it's really used for. But after I got that off, it took a little bit. We got one of the things stuck in the alternator. We couldn't get both of the pieces connected, so you're really better off putting it in hot water. You're better off putting the factory balancer in the freezer to try to condense the metal, and then putting the SR Performance one in hot water to try to spread it out. Better off to try to spread it out. That was a fucking sick pull. I'll get to a review on how the part really works, but I'm just gonna basically tell you that you guys definitely need an impact gun to get the alternator pulley off. You need an installer, which I didn't know about. I guess it was kind of self-explanatory, but me being pretty new to not cars, but putting car parts together and the actual how a car really works and take off and put together, I didn't know that. I thought I only needed a puller. So definitely need a puller, an installer, an impact gun, a few ratchets and sockets, and it's really not a big deal after that. So after that's all done, the install took about 6 to 7 hours, mainly because I really didn't know what I was doing. If you know what you're doing, you know how to use the installer, you know how to use the pulley puller, it shouldn't be no big deal, come off right away. Pretty easy from there. Well, let's go to the performance of the part. So the performance of the part is ridiculous. I know I got it for a better price than most other people would have if they purchased it when it wasn't on sale, but I was lucky enough to get it while it was on sale, and honestly, it is the best part I have ever put on this car so far. So believe it or not, not, the $99 that I spent on this part is ridiculous. So what I read in the reviews was basically talking about how it would, you know, really wake up the motor, take away all that sluggish feeling, and that's exactly what it's done. So I got on it a little bit there. I got another side note. When I'm driving at night, if you don't know what an underdrive pulley does, it pretty much slows down the accessory belt. So what it does, it slows down like your AC, and it slows down your radio belt, and all the other accessories, pretty self-explanatory, in the car. So last night I was driving, and actually half of my, you know, little dashboard section doesn't even have any light anymore. So I was kind of happy to see that, knowing that the pulley's actually working and it's doing its job. But it kind of sucks because I can't see it at night. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I'm not really worried about that. But we'll see, whatever. So basically it slows down the accessory belt, and what the accessory belt does is it robs a lot of horsepower from your car to power all these other things. So basically it's freeing up that extra horsepower and really giving it the full potential that the 4.6 liter motor has. So what I recently realized is that when you come out of first gear with the radio on or off, with the radio on it slugs more. I mean, with the AC on it slugs more. But when I have the AC off, the car still slugs a little bit coming, you know, out of first gear. That is, there's no, honestly, when I'm coming off of first gear, it's like, it honestly feels like a rocket ship because of how used to I am with the sluggishness. And then, like right now, I come out of first gear and I'm moving already. If I was to do that without the pulleys on, I'd be slugging and bouncing the whole way coming out of first gear. So the performance part-wise, and the increase in horsepower, I don't really know. I mean, I'm sure it probably gives about maybe, it says 12 to 15 tuned, so I'm going to assume just throwing it on, I'm going to say around maybe 5 or 6, but it definitely doesn't feel as sluggish anymore. The car moves, it really wakes up the motor completely. So this is definitely the first thing you should do, is put one of these on. I have never been more satisfied so far with a part, other than maybe dropping it to 1.5 inches, which is not performance-based. Well, I mean, I guess it kind of can be performance-based, but it's really not meant for performance, it's meant for look. It looks, this is just, it's awesome. It feels like a totally different car when you get on it. It's totally different. So for the price that I got it for $99.99, the install really wasn't a big deal as long as you have the correct tools for it. Really wasn't a big deal. Like I said, the water pump pulley and alternator pulley, if you have an impact gun, is like the easiest thing. And now I think my fucking cable broke down. I have a fucking loose coil pack cable and it always falls off and it makes the car slug too. That I need to fix. I have it, I just haven't put it on. But for the price I got it, super good, completely different feel to the car. The install really wasn't a terrible, you know, it wasn't really a big deal. The performance is like a total night and day. So if you're definitely looking to buy a cheap horsepower boost for your car, or to free up some horsepower and really give life to the motor, definitely the SR Performance underdrive pulley kit is definitely the way to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is going to be edited in Final Cut Pro for the first time in a very long time, so hopefully it doesn't come out like total shit. Definitely buy an SR Performance pulley kit. Even if you buy any other pulley kit like a BBK or a Steeda, I'm sure it's just as good, if not better. You'll really enjoy the difference in this car. I have never been, it feels amazing. You know, when I did the BBK intake, you kind of felt no different when you did it. Like the throttle response was a little bit better, but other than that, was pretty much the same thing. But this definitely makes a huge difference. Definitely look into this part. My coil pack plug is definitely coming out, and I'm running on 7 cylinders. So I'll talk to you guys later.